Hello students, in this class we discuss about the structure of glucose. The molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. Glucose is a monosaccharide. Aldohexose is a aldohexose because it contains 6 carbon atoms having aldehyde group. Aldohexose. Reducing sugar, it is an example for reducing sugar. It is a dextrorotatory. Dextrorotatory means the substances which turns the plane polarized light in the clockwise direction, that is towards the right. Solution of the organic compound which turns the plane polarized light in the clockwise direction, they are called dextrorotatory. Some substances, solution of the organic compound turns the plane polarized light towards the left, that is anti-clockwise direction. Those are called levorotatory compounds. Levorotatory. In detail, we can study in optical isomerism. This is the dextrorotatory. Glucose is dextrorotatory because the solution of the glucose turns the plane polarized light in the clockwise direction. Glucose mainly present in the grapes, hence it is called grape sugar. Glucose mainly present in the grapes, hence it is called as the grape sugar. Then you consider the preparation. First method is from the sucrose. Sucrose formula is C12H22O11. Sucrose when treated with dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4, it undergo hydrolysis, means addition of the water. Undergo hydrolysis forms one molecule as glucose and another one as the fructose. This is the one of the method. Sucrose formula is C12H22O11 treated with dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4. Sucrose undergo hydrolysis forms the glucose and fructose. That sucrose we can also called as the cane sugar. It is also called cane sugar. This is the first method. Second method is from the starch. Starch means that formula of the starch is C6H10O5N. N molecule C6H10O5N. The starch molecule when treated with dilute H2SO4 at 393 Kelvin 2 to 3 bar pressure undergo hydrolysis, N molecules of water undergo hydrolysis forms N molecules of the glucose. N molecules of the glucose. This is about the preparation of the glucose molecule. Then we can study the elucidation of the structure of open chain structure of glucose. That is, next point is elucidation. This is most important. Elucidation of open chain structure. Open chain structure of glucose. Elucidation of open chain structure of glucose. Before going to that elucidation, just I am assuming the open chain structure of the glucose as CHO, COH, H, CHOH, COH, H, COH, CH2OH. This is the structure of the glucose. In this elucidation, you observe this open chain structure of the glucose. That open chain structure of the glucose contains 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. It has 6 carbon atoms. All the 6 carbon atoms are in the straight chain, open chain. It is the first point. You have to elucidate the 6. You have to show that glucose has 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. Then second elucidation point is, you observe in this open chain structure, glucose contains 5 hydroxyl group, 5 OH group. Next you have to show that glucose contains the 5 hydroxyl group, 5 OH group. Hydroxyl means the OH. Next one is, glucose contains the carbonyl group. Carbonyl. Carbonyl means maybe either aldehyde or ketone. Aldehyde or a ketone. Again, in that one, that glucose contains, you have to prove that it contains aldehyde. And this is about the elucidation points. That is, you have to prove that glucose has 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. Glucose contains 5 hydroxyl group. It contains a carbonyl group, maybe either aldehyde or ketone. And finally, you have to prove that glucose contains only aldehyde group. First, you consider one by one. This is for your reference only. They can ask any one of the bit. First one, by using, you have to prove that molecular formula. For any compound, molecular formula is obtained by analysis the elements. What are the elements? Qualitative and quantitative analysis. That is elemental analysis and molecular mass determinations shows the molecular formula of glucose as C6H12O6. That molecular formula is obtained by elemental analysis and molecular mass determinations as C6H12O6. Next, second point is, glucose contains 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. For that one, you assume the structure CHO, CHOH, 4, CH2OH. For our convenience, we are considering this structure. Glucose on reduction. Reduction means addition of hydrogen. Glucose on reduction with HI, hydroiodic acid. Hydroiodic acid. HI in red phosphorus. Glucose on reduction with HI, hydroiodic in red phosphorus, we get normal hexane. Normal hexane. That is, normal hexane formula is CH3, CH24, CH3. This is the normal hexane. N-hexane. Normal hexane is formed. This indicates that all 6 carbon atoms, they are in the straight chain. Due to the formation of this normal hexane, we can show that glucose has the 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. Then third point is presence of the 5 hydroxyl group. In this structure, we can observe glucose contains 5 hydroxyl group. For that one, glucose CHO, CHOH4, CH2OH. Glucose treated with acetyl chloride or acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride formula is CH3, COO, CO, CH3. This is the acetic anhydride or acetyl chloride. CH3COCl, acetyl chloride. This acetic anhydride or acetyl chloride reacts with the OH part. They reacts with the OH part, forms, that is CHO, CHO, CO, CH3, CH2, O, CO, CH3. That is a glucose pentaacetate. Glucose pentaacetate. This is called glucose pentaacetate. A glucose pentaacetate is formed. Indicates that glucose contains 5-hydroxyl group. Next one. Presence of the carbonyl group. Carbonyl group. For the carbonyl group, when glucose, that is CHO, CHOH4, CH2OH, glucose reacts with hydrogen cyanide. Two reactions. Glucose reacts with hydrogen cyanide. Glucose cyanohydrin is formed. That is this COH CN. In aldehydes chapter, we have to write the mechanism also. This is the cyanohydrin. At the aldehydic part, only at the aldehyde. Carbonyl group means either aldehyde or ketone. At this aldehyde group, hydrogen cyanide get added, forms the cyanohydrin. CHOH4 CH2OH. This is called glucose cyanohydrin. Glucose cyanohydrin. This is one of the tests. Instead of hydrogen cyanide, if you treat with hydroxylamine, same glucose reacts with hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine formula is NH2OH. Hydroxylamine, NH2OH. Again, this undergo condensation. Water molecule get removed. I will write here. Product as CH. That product is H2O get removed. CH double bond O. This H2 get removed. CH double bond CH double bond NOH. From this hydroxylamine, this H2, and from the aldehyde group oxygen, H2O get removed, form CH double bond NOH, CHOH4 CH2OH. This is called as an glucose oxime. Glucose oxime. You can write either with hydrogen cyanide or with hydroxylamine. Glucose reacts with hydrogen cyanide, forms glucose cyanohydrin. This is the product. This is the formula of the glucose cyanohydrin. Just you can split this one, CH double bond O. CH double bond O. From this H get added to double bond O. That becomes OH, and CN get added to the carbon atom. This is the cyanohydrin. The remaining part remains same. This is about the hydrogen cyanide. With hydrogen cyanide forms glucose cyanohydrin. Then with hydroxylamine formula is NH2OH. With NH2OH, this is the reaction NH2OH. This water get removed. Then C double bond NOH. C double bond NOH. CH double bond NOH. Remaining hydroxyl group remains same. This is called glucose oxime. With hydrogen cyanide, glucose cyanohydrin. With hydroxylamine, glucose oxime. This reaction indicates that glucose contains the carbonyl group. Then in that carbonyl group, you have to prove that it is an aldehyde. It is an aldehyde. Glucose contains the aldehydic group. Next point, fifth point. Presence of aldehydic group. For that aldehyde group, you take CHO, CHOH, 4, CH2OH, CH2OH. This is the glucose. Glucose on oxidation, glucose on oxidation, glucose on oxidation with mild oxidizing agent, weak, like bromine water. Glucose on oxidation with mild oxidizing agent like bromine water. A monocarboxylic acid means CHO converted into COOH, again remains the same, CHOH4, CH2OH. This is a monocarboxylic acid, only one COOH, monocarboxylic acid form. You observe this monocarboxylic acid contains same number of carbon atom as that of the aldehyde. No change in the number of carbon atom. The monocarboxylic acid name is gluconic acid. Gluconic acid. A monocarboxylic acid formed called gluconic acid, which contains same number of carbon atom as that of the aldehyde, as that of the glucose molecule, indicates that glucose contains the aldehydic group. Next point is, you observe that open chain structure of the glucose. These carbon atoms, these hydroxyl groups bonded carbon atom are the secondary carbon atoms. Secondary carbon atom, 2-degree carbon atom. How many secondary carbons means? Secondary carbon definition is carbon contains one hydrogen and bonded to two carbon atoms. A carbon atom bonded to only one hydrogen and contains two R groups, two carbon atoms. It is called secondary carbon. How many secondary carbons means? These four are the secondary carbons, 4 secondary carbon, and this CH2OH is called primary carbon. Primary carbon means, primary carbon definition is which contains two hydrogen atoms. A carbon having two hydrogen atoms or carbon bonded to one more carbon atom, then it is called primary carbon atom. You observe that open chain structure of glucose, that glucose contains one primary alcoholic group. This is the primary, CH2OH is the primary. Glucose has one primary alcoholic group. You have to prove this one by using oxidation. Glucose CHOH4 CH2OH. Again, glucose on oxidation by strong oxidizing agent. Here mild. Bromine water is the mild oxidizing agent. Mild oxidizing agent. Here consider the strong oxidizing agent. The strong oxidizing agent example is concentrated HNO3. Concentrated nitric acid. Concentrated HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. When glucose undergo oxidation by strong oxidizing agent like concentrated HNO3, at that time CHO also oxidizes to COOH. Then secondary alcohols remain same. Primary alcohol also oxidizes COOH by the removal of water. This is called dicarboxylic. This one, gluconic acid is mono. Gluconic acid is monocarboxylic acid. This is a dicarboxylic acid. Dicarboxylic acid. Dicarboxylic acid name is glucaric. Glucaric or saccharic. Saccharic acid. Glucaric or saccharic acid. A dicarboxylic acid called saccharic acid or glucaric acid. That dicarboxylic acid also contains same number of carbon atoms as that of the glucose. That indicates that that primary alcoholic group also undergo oxidation to form COOH group, and aldehyde group get oxidized to COOH group by the removal of the water. That if secondary alcohols undergo oxidation by strong oxidizing agent, the carboxylic acid formed contains lesser number of carbon atoms, but primary alcohols contains same number of carbon atoms. Primary alcohols undergo oxidation, they contains same number of carbon atoms as that of the primary alcoholic group. This is the dicarboxylic acid. By using this concentrated HNO3, we can confirm that one terminal position at one end aldehyde group is present, and at the other end primary alcoholic group is present. By using all these assumptions, by using all these six assumptions, Bayer, by using all these assumptions, Bayer proposed the open chain structure. Bayer proposed the open chain structure of glucose in 1890. In 1890, Bayer proposed the open chain structure of glucose as this is the structure CHO. First consider the 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. All the 6 carbon atoms in the straight chain. This is the first carbon atom from the aldehyde group 1 to 6 numbering. You have to number this parent chain from CHO 1, then 2 up to 6. And CHO is at one terminal position, and at the another terminal position CH2OH. On the second carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side. On the third carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side. Fourth, OH on the right hand side. Fifth, CHOH, OH on the right hand side. On the sixth carbon atom, CH2OH. This is the open chain structure of the glucose. You have to remember this open chain structure of the glucose. This is about the elucidation of open chain structure of the glucose. Next, by using this open chain structure, next you can consider other structures, that is cyclic and Haworth structure. Before going to that cyclic and Haworth structure, we consider the D, capital D and L. DL notation, capital D and capital L. DL notations are absolute configurations. DL notations means that DL configuration is based on the position of substituent on the asymmetric or asymmetric carbon atom. On asymmetric carbon atom. Asymmetric carbon atom means carbon atom bonded to 4 different groups. Carbon atom which is bonded to 4 different groups, it is called asymmetric carbon atom. This DL configuration is based on the position of substituent group on the asymmetric carbon atom. On the asymmetric carbon atom, OH group is on the right hand side. If OH is on the right hand side, then it is called D configuration. If OH group is on the left hand side, then it is called L configuration. On asymmetric carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side, then it is called D configuration, D notation. If it is on the left hand side, then it is called L notation. Generally, the standard used to represent DL notation is glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde is taken as the standard. Glyceraldehyde structure is CHO, COH, H, CH2OH. Consider the numbers 1, 2, 3. You observe, you split this CHO. that is CHO can be taken as C double bond OH, CHO. Then again this can also be taken as CH2, CHH. You observe asymmetric carbon among 3 carbon atoms in the glyceraldehyde. First carbon atom is not asymmetric. Asymmetric definition is carbon bonded to 4 different groups, but this carbon bonded to only 3 groups. One has hydrogen, oxygen, another entire this group. Only three. All the 3 are different, but we have to consider 4 different groups. First carbon atom is not the asymmetric. You observe the third carbon. Third carbon is also not asymmetric. Why it is not asymmetric means there are 2 identical groups, hydrogen atoms. 2 identical groups are present. This carbon bonded to 4 groups, but among that 4, 2 are identical. Hence it is not asymmetric. You observe this second carbon atom, it is called asymmetric. It is asymmetric. Why it is asymmetric means this carbon atom, you observe this carbon atom, this is bonded to 4 groups. One has OH group, H, and another one is entire CH2OH, another one has CHO. There are 4 different groups are bonded. One is OH, second one is H, CH2OH, CHO. Hence this carbon, second carbon is called as an asymmetric. On this asymmetric carbon atom, the OH is on the right hand side, then it is called diglyceraldehyde. Diglyceraldehyde. Similarly, you can consider CHO, CH, OH, CH2OH. In this case, this is the asymmetric carbon atom. OH is on the left hand side, then it is called L-glyceraldehyde. L-glyceraldehyde. By taking glyceraldehyde as the standard, we can consider that DL notation. Next, one more concept. Here, glyceraldehyde has only one asymmetric. You take a glucose molecule, CHO, COH, H, CHOH, COH, COH, CH2OH. This is the glucose. How many asymmetric carbons means? This is not asymmetric. First one not asymmetric. You take second one. This is the first carbon atom. Second carbon atom is asymmetric because one has CHO, H, another one is OH, another entire this group. Hence it is asymmetric. Next, third carbon atom is also asymmetric. Fourth carbon atom is also asymmetric. There are 4 different groups. Fifth carbon atom is also asymmetric. Fifth carbon atom is also asymmetric carbon atom. In that asymmetric, in the highest asymmetric carbon atom, and sixth carbon atom. Sixth carbon atom is not asymmetric. Only 2, 3, 4, 5 are the asymmetric carbon atom. This glucose molecule contains more than one asymmetric carbon atom. To represent this DL notation, you take highest asymmetric carbon, highest number, highest asymmetric carbon atom, highest asymmetric carbon. On the highest asymmetric carbon atom, OH is on the right side. OH is on the right side, then it is called D. D notation. On the highest asymmetric carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side, then it is called L notation. You observe the glucose, whether it is a D or L notation. This is the highest, fifth carbon atom is the highest asymmetric carbon. You observe on the highest asymmetric carbon, position of the OH is on the right hand side. Hence it is called as an D-glucose. You have to write capital D before the name of the monosaccharide, before the name of the sugar. It is D-glucose. Indicate this D indicates on highest asymmetric carbon atom, OH is on the right side. OH is on the right side. Generally, all the naturally occurring carbohydrates have D notation. All the naturally occurring carbohydrates, they have D notation. This is about the DL configuration. Next, one more point. A compound with n number of asymmetric centers, n number of asymmetric center or asymmetric, also we can call the chiral centers. A molecule with n number of chiral centers has 2 power n optical isomers. 2 power n number of optical isomers. Glucose contains how many chiral centers? That is second, third, fourth and fifth. These are the chiral centers. That means glucose has 4 chiral centers. 4 chiral centers. Due to the presence of 4 chiral centers, possible number of optical isomers for glucose is 2 power 4 optical isomers. This is about the number of optical isomers. You can write IUPAC name for this glucose molecule. Glucose molecule contains one as an aldehyde group and the other one are the hydroxyl group. Both aldehyde and hydroxyl present, then hydroxyl is the prefix. That is how many hydroxyl means penta. Pentahydroxy. These pentahydroxy positions are, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentahydroxy. Root word is 6 carbon atoms. For 6 carbon atoms, root word name is an hexane. Last letter E replaced by the suffix. That is the functional group. Functional group here is aldehyde. That aldehyde suffix is Al. That is on the first carbon atom. Hence it is a 1Al. IUPAC name of the glucose is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentahydroxy hexane 1-all. Then we can consider the alpha and beta notation. Alpha and beta means in the cyclic structure. Next you can consider it the cyclic. While in writing the cyclic structure, on anomeric carbon, anomeric carbon means the functional group carbon. The functional group in glucose is aldehyde. That functional group carbon we can call it as an anomeric carbon atom. On anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the right side. Then it is called alpha. Alpha representation meaning is in the cyclic structure on anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side, it is called alpha. If it is on the left hand side, on anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side, then you have to mention beta before the name. Alpha means on anomeric carbon, OH is on the right side. Anomeric means functional group carbon. If on the anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side, then it is called beta carbon atom. Other than the anomeric carbon atom, the OH group configuration is different. Other than anomeric carbon, OH group configuration is different. Those are called epimers. Epimers means other than the anomeric carbon atom, OH group position is different, maybe either right or left. Those are called epimers. Example for that epimers are glucose and galactose. For example, this is the glucose structure. You observe on the fourth carbon atom. On the fourth carbon atom, OH right hand side, it is called glucose. Instead of writing OH on the right side, if you consider on the left hand side, same, remaining positions are same. Only on the fourth carbon atom, OH on the left hand side, hydrogen on the right hand side. Then it is called galactose. Hence, glucose and galactose are called C4 epimers. C4 epimers. This is about the epimers. Next, one more point. Small d and small l. Small d and small l. Small d are plus, small l are minus. Small d, small l meaning is small d used for dextro-rotatory. Small d used for the dextro. Dextro means turns the plane polarized light in the clockwise direction. That dextro denoted by small d or by positive. Small l or minus used for the levo-rotatory. Levo means turns the plane polarized light in the anti-clockwise direction. Then it is levo. Capital D, capital L. They are different from small d and small l. Capital D, capital L used for representing the OH on the asymmetric carbon atom. On the asymmetric carbon atom, OH is on the right side. Then it is capital D. On the asymmetric carbon atom, OH is on the left side, then it is a capital L. Small d means it is a dextro. Small l means it is an levo. Next, if you consider in the ring cyclic structure, if carbohydrates present in the 6-membered ring, a carbohydrate present in 6-membered ring having oxygen atom, containing oxygen atom, then it is called pyranose. Pyranose ring. 6-membered ring containing oxygen is called pyranose. 5-membered ring containing oxygen is called furanose structure. This is about the some of the terms, basic terms used to represent the carbohydrate. Next, we can study the cyclic structure of the glucose. Cyclic structure of glucose. Cyclic structure of the glucose. Why we have to study this cyclic structure means the glucose answers only for the tallins and phelings. Glucose contains aldehyde group. Glucose contains a aldehyde group. All aldehydes answers the tallins and the phelings reagent. Similarly, aldehydes answers other tests like Skipp's reagent or with phelings. 2,4-DNP, nitrophenylhydrazine, 2,4-DNP, or with sodium bisulfite, NaHSO3. These are also the characteristic reactions of the aldehyde. Glucose contains aldehyde group. It answers only for the tallins and the phelings, but not that Skipp's reagent, 2,4-DNP, sodium bisulfite. With the Skipp's reagent, aldehydes gives the pink color. Pink color is generated. With the 2,4-DNP, they forms an orange solid, orange crystalline solid. With sodium bisulfite, they forms an white crystalline solid. White crystalline solid. These are the characteristic properties of the aldehyde. Glucose, even though contains aldehyde group, they not answer for Skipp's reagent, 2,4-DNP, sodium bisulfite. And also glucose pentaacetate. Glucose pentaacetate not reacts with the hydroxylamine. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine. This hydroxylamine also characteristic property of the aldehyde. You instead of glucose, you take glucose pentaacetate. Glucose pentaacetate retains the CHO group. Even though that CHO group is present, that glucose pentaacetate not gives the test for hydroxylamine, NH2OH. Why this happens means that glucose not contains free aldehydic group. The aldehydic group involved in the glucose is not react freely, it not easily react, it not available freely. Why glucose pentaacetate not reacts with hydroxylamine means the aldehydic group of the glucose is not freely available. Means what happens that to the aldehydic group means that aldehydic group, that is that OH group of the fifth carbon atom OH group combines with CHO. Fifth carbon atom OH group combines with CHO, forms CHOH. On the fifth carbon atom OH group is present. That OH group combines with that CHO, forms CHOH and forms a glycosidic linkage. Thereby that glucose exists in alpha and beta forms. That is in the cyclic structure. In the cyclic structure, glucose exists in alpha and beta form. They can ask this question for 1 mark. Why glucose pentaacetate not reacts with hydroxylamine? You have to mention that in that glucose pentaacetate, that fifth carbon atom OH group and CHO group form CHOH, and thereby aldehydic group is not freely available, and glucose exists in two cyclic form called as an alpha and beta form. Next you can write that the cyclic structures of that glucose, that is alpha structure and beta structure. First you consider the open chain structure of the glucose. CHO, COH, H, CHOH, then COH, H, COH, CH2OH. This is the CHO, and consider the numbers 1 to up to 5. We are mentioned that fifth carbon atom OH and CHO group, they form the CHOH. That is, this is the structure. CHOH, and here only oxygen left. This oxygen atom joins these two carbon atoms, first carbon atom and the fifth carbon atom. This is the cyclic structure. This is the anomeric carbon. This is an anomeric functional group carbon atom. On the functional group carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side. It is called alpha. This one is called alpha glucose. Why it is called alpha glucose means on the anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side. Hence it is called alpha glucose. Similarly, you can write the beta glucose. Beta glucose means on the anomeric carbon. This is the anomeric carbon. OH is on the left hand side. And first carbon atom and fifth carbon atom joined by the oxygen atom. That is glycosidic linkage. This is the anomeric carbon. An anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side. Then it is called as an beta glucose. These are the two cyclic structures of the glucose. Two cyclic structures of the glucose are, one is an alpha glucose, another one is the beta glucose. Alpha glucose means on anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side. On anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side, then it is called beta glucose. How this alpha glucose and beta glucose arises means that fifth carbon atom OH group and CHO group. Fifth carbon atom OH group combines with CHO, aldehyde group, form CHOH. And that first carbon and fifth carbon again joined by using oxygen. that thereby it arises alpha glucose and then beta glucose. This is about the cyclic structure. This is about the cyclic structure of the glucose. Then last one, Haworth structure of the glucose. Haworth. This is most important for your board examination. Haworth structure of glucose. We have to consider the Haworth structure for glucose, fructose, then galactose, maltose, sucrose, lactose. Out of these 6 carbohydrates, they can ask any one for the 2 mark. All the students have to be thorough with the Haworth structures. If you are familiar with the Haworth structure of glucose, then easily you can write other Haworth structures. Just I will give an idea. To write that Haworth structure, just I will consider the cyclic structure. CHOH, COH, CHOH, COH, CH2OH. This is the first carbon atom. This one is the 5th carbon atom. These 2 carbon atoms, first carbon atom and 5th carbon atom, joined by the oxygen. By assuming this cyclic structure, you can write the Haworth structure. Already I mentioned that if the carbohydrate present in the 6-membered ring having oxygen, consider the 6-membered ring having oxygen. All these corners have the carbon atoms. This is the carbon atoms. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Between 1 and 5 there is oxygen. This is the oxygen, 1 and 5. Then if OH group is on the right hand side, those OH groups mentioned below the plane, below here OH. First carbon atom OH right side, hence below. Second carbon atom OH below, because it is on the right side. And the third carbon atom OH is on the left hand side, hence above the plane, above. Fourth carbon atom OH is on the right hand side, hence below. On the 5th carbon atom, consider CH2OH above the plane. This is the skeleton for the Haworth structure. Then remaining positions are H. H. You have to get the idea about writing the Haworth structure of glucose. Just you consider the pyranose. This is the pyranose structure. In the pyranose, first corner below, second below, third one is above, fourth carbon corner is below, fifth carbon above CH2OH. In Kannada, we can consider it as KK. K means kelage. KK. ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಈ ವೇಯಲ್ಲಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. You have to glance these positions of the OH group like K, make. That is OH group's position. Below, above, below. Then on the 5th carbon atom CH2OH. If you write any one position as incorrect, then we will not give the marks. Completely you get the 0 marks. Hence for that one you have to consider an idea like K, make. Only you have to concentrate on the OH group positions. K, make. This is for the glucose. This structure is alpha gluco. Alpha again D plus, alpha D plus glucopyranose. Alpha D plus glucopyranose. Alpha meaning is on the anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side. D means on highest asymmetric carbon atom, OH is on the right hand side. Plus means the dextrorotatory. Then glucose, Pyranose means a 6-membered ring containing oxygen. This is most important. You have to thorough with this Haber structure of glucose, then easily you can write the other Haber structures of the biomolecules. Here now I have considered the alpha glucose. Similarly, you can consider the beta glucose. Beta glucose means just I change in this structure only. Beta means on the highest asymmetric carbon atom, sorry, on the anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side. On the anomeric carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side, then it is called beta. If you write on this anomeric carbon atom, OH on the right hand side, then it is alpha. If you write on the left hand side, then it is called beta. By using this cyclic structure, you can write the Haber structure. In the Haber structure, on first carbon atom, OH is on the left hand side. Again in the Haber structure, again you change that OH position. That is OH above and H below. OH above and H below. Then remaining all corners are same. For this structure, we can call it as a beta. Beta D plus glucopyranose. For beta D plus glucopyranose, you can consider it as ಮೇಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮೇಕೆ used for the beta glucopyranose. ಮೇಕೆ used for the alpha glucose. This is about the Haber structure of the glucose. In next class, you can study about the Haber structures of other carbohydrates. Thank you.